What's good YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. We're already at the halfway point of the year, and I just recently dropped my video about the top 10 sneakers of the year so far, so make sure you watch that. But enough about that. We're here to talk about the future. We're here to talk about the second half of the year. We got a lot to get to. We're not going to waste any more time, so let's go. We're going to start off by talking about Nike and Jordan, because these two brands released their schedules way ahead of pretty much all the other brands, so we do know a lot of heat will be dropping. Starting off with a pair releasing next month, the Jordan 4 Paris Olympics. We know the Paris Olympics are in July, and Jordan brand wanted to commemorate this with this all over gray pair, which if you've been collecting sneakers for a while, you already know that people are calling this the poor man's Jordan 4 cause, because that was pretty much the last time we saw an all over gray pair in similar tones. And because that pair resales for an absurd amount of money, I think a lot of people who missed out on that might be going for these instead. It looks like there's a lot of materials being used on the shoe, including nubuck and suede, and according to what I've read online, there are 4 different grays being used on the shoe: smoke gray, iron gray, cement gray, and particle gray. I definitely have my eyes on these, and they're coming out pretty soon, so look out for them. Next, we have the return of the Air Max Sunder. We saw this last year when Nike released the CDG Air Max Sunders, which were very popular, sold out immediately, but they did have a pretty high price point of $300. These ones, the general release versions, will be releasing for $180, and I just think they're really cool, very futuristic looking shoe. Love the different colorways on them as well. It seems like the upper of this shoe is made up of a lycra spandex material. I also think it's pretty cool to see a laceless Air Max sneaker. There seems to be just a zipper on the upper. I don't know which colorway I want, but I definitely need to add one of these to the collection. It's just a very cool looking shoe. But out of all the sneakers that I'm going to be talking about in this video, there is one that I absolutely need most of all, and that is this one, the CDG Comme des Garçons Foamposites. This is the Paris Olympics colorway as well. It seems like they're going for this gray theme this year, and the reason why I absolutely need these shoes is because I still keep kicking myself for missing out on the initial black and white colorways from a few years ago. In fact, pretty much every single week I go on Depop and Vinted and eBay to see if anyone is selling used pairs in my size for a reasonable price, and I still haven't found one. Those initial pairs actually sold for a retail price of $520, which is maybe the reason I skipped on them back then. However, supposedly this new pair will be retailing for only $300, which, considering that the regular retail price of a Foamposite is $220, so you're just paying $80 above retail to get that CDG branding. But I think these sneakers look incredible. I actually like this colorway much more than the first two. I'm going to be getting this pair, and I'm going to be throwing them on feet immediately, so I simply can't wait for these. Moving on to Travis Scott, who I'm surprised to say still makes the most hyped sneakers, even though we've been seeing collabs from him now for over 5 years. We have this upcoming another Jordan 1 Low in this medium olive color. I gotta say, from a regular sneakerhead consumer point of view, I think this collab is getting a bit played out at this point, especially considering now the colorways are looking almost identical to each other. In fact, this medium olive pair is pretty much an inverse of the olive pair that dropped last year. They basically just switched out the black and the olive sections. I just think it feels a bit lazy. It almost feels like a money grab. I actually really like those recent canary pairs that dropped, because it was cool to see completely different color schemes being thrown at that shoe. But this medium olive pair, I mean, yeah, it looks nice, but I'm getting a bit bored of it at this point. However, another Travis Scott shoe dropping later this year. There's supposed to be 2 more colorways dropping of his own signature sneaker, the Cactus Jack. So there's supposed to be this mocha colorway, and then you have this like cream pair. Not sure exactly when they're dropping. It's supposed to be later in the year, but both of these colorways to me look pretty good, and I actually think that mocha pair might even be the best colorway we've seen so far on this model. I wasn't able to get the original pair of these, but just hearing feedback from some of you guys, there was quite a few complaints about the comfort of that shoe, it not being a very comfortable sneaker. And in terms of looks, it really did remind me a lot of the Air Trainer 1. I hope I'm at least able to get one of these pairs for retail, but look for both of these to immediately sell out as well. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about either of these colorways? Some more from Jordan brands. So later on around Black Friday season, we're going to be getting the Jordan 1 Black Toe Reimagined. Now, when it comes to the Jordan 1, when you ask me what's my favorite colorway of all time, I'll tell you immediately immediately. It's the black toe ones. And I actually don't even own that pair in the collection, so I was very excited when I heard they would be bringing back a Reimagined version. I just wasn't expecting the Reimagined version to be the black toe ones from Wish. I mean, these look like the Jordan 1 black toe Temus. I cannot believe they've removed the Wings logo and replaced it with that Air Jordan sign. It completely ruined the shoe for me. It now kind of looks like a fake sneaker. I was not feeling that at all, and I definitely won't be adding this to the collection, but let me know in the comments, guys. What do you guys think about that Air Jordan sign right at the ankle? Speaking of Reimagined Jordans, something I never expected was a Jordan 4 low, because that is exactly what we're going to be getting later this year as well. This is the Jordan 4 RM. So far, at least, we've seen a couple of general release colorways, including this Canyon Rust pair, and then we also saw potentially a collab with the legendary biker Nigel Sylvester, a bike air version of this shoe. Now, I've seen all the comments online, people absolutely hating on this model. In fact, people are saying that the RM in this shoe stands for really mid, which is pretty hilarious, don't get me wrong. But I'm actually not mad at this sneaker. I actually like the attempt that Jordan Brand made here. It still, to me, looks like a Jordan 4. It has that DNA of the Jordan 4. I think especially currently there is this move away from chunky looking sneakers to much more slimmer models. I actually really want to get this shoe and just put it on feet and see if the sneaker just still looks bulky, or does it look like something that you can rock with shorts. I'm gonna go ahead and make a prediction that people are going to warm up to the sneaker once it actually releases. And one more pair from Nike we got to talk about is the Nike Air Max 1 collaboration with French brand Jacquemus. There's supposed to be 3 colorways releasing, including this all over red. Let's call it a Red October's Air Max 1. Then you have this silver pair and the cleanest of all, which is probably this white one. I've said this many times, I think the Jacquemus collabs with Nike are super underrated. I have 2 of them. I own the Humeras as well as the J-Force one. This collab, although it's not completely wowing me, I definitely want to have a pair from here. Most likely I'm probably gonna end up going for the white one because I just don't see myself wearing the silver and red ones too much, although they're pretty nice as well. I actually see this as kind of an attempt by Nike to make the Air Max 1 a bit more popular with the woman audience. That's not typically a sneaker you see women wearing too much, but Jacquemus, considering how popular that brand is with women. Nike, I get the vision. I see what you guys are trying to do here. You can sign me up for that white pair. I'll probably leave the other 2 to the ladies. Let's move on to New Balance. So there is a whole new model of the 1906 dropping this year, which is called the 1906A. And it does seem to be a completely redesigned and reconstructed version of the 1906. You got this mismatched paneling all over. It's like a deconstructed, almost off-white version of a 1906. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about this pair? I think it's very interesting. I definitely want to grab one just for a review. And we also got news of an upcoming collaboration by Salehi Bembury on the New Balance 530. I'll be honest, I've stopped really caring about Salehi Bembury collabs with New Balance because the releases are just so poor every time. The bots pretty much just eat every single pair and it's impossible to get anything. So I can't really get too excited about this collab, but even more so, I don't think this is a very great looking pair. Never been a big fan of the New Balance 530 model, and I think this is like a tennis ball looking shoe. It does seem to have pretty nice materials though. I'm interested to see what the retail price of this pair will be, because the New Balance 530 normally has a very low retail price of only $100. But if you were to ask me what is the one New Balance sneaker that I'm looking forward to the most this year, well, it's not even a sneaker. It's the New Balance 1906L, which stands for loafer. Yes, this is the year that the sneaker world and the dress shoe world have come together to give us many different shoes, and I cannot wait for New Balance's version of this, because my biggest complaint with loafers, which I typically never wear, is that they're just uncomfortable. I almost don't understand why people wear them. But these sneaker loafers especially, we also saw this collab by Undercover, I believe, on this model, and then there's also going to be some general release gray colorways and more colorful options as well. I don't care, man. I just need to get one of these because I cannot wait to try them on, and I actually think they did a great job with this one, because it really doesn't look like a loafer and it doesn't look like a sneaker either. It truly does look like a sneaker loafer. And another shoe in that similar mold is something from Adidas. They will be dropping another collab with Clot, once again on the Adidas Superstar, and this time I actually think it looks even better than their earlier attempt. I did not expect those 3 little stripes on the heel to look that hard. You have an all over black glossy leather upper with some nice details in there as well. well. The earlier cloth Superstars that released actually all completely sold out. They even go for quite a bit of resale value. People are in fact calling that one of the best sneakers to drop this year. This upcoming pair, I don't know if I would really call it a sneaker. Like, to be honest, it's definitely not a sneaker. It's much more of a dress shoe than a sneaker, especially when you look at that sole. But I've just really enjoyed seeing this whole combination of dress shoes and sneakers that we've been getting this year, and I do hope that trend continues. Do let me know in the comments what sneakers did I miss out on this video. I didn't have time to go through all of them, but these are the ones that really caught my eye and I wanted to discuss in this video. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite and which is the one shoe that you are 100% gonna cop. Thank you guys as always for watching my videos and for supporting my content. Don't forget, by the way, to hit that subscribe button and also follow me on Instagram, because that's where I'm the most active and I'm interacting with pretty much any one of you who message me on there. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until next time, guys, peace.